Hi. What is changing for me in 2026? So, this all starts back in January of 2025. There's an astrologer that I follow named Chani, and she has this fabulous app. And for many years now, I've purchased her agenda that comes out every year. And at the beginning of January 2025, she was very clear that there was going to be a year of rapid, big change. And so I prepared myself. I had a team of just under 10 people at the job that I created. And yeah, I forgot that big change for me, when it's on a global scale, means big change for everyone and all of their everyone's also. So my life progressively, or what's the opposite of progress? Regressively fell apart over 2025. At the beginning of that year, I discovered that I was burning out, like physically, right? Physically. So I had to like take on this regimen of herbal regimen, rest, exercise, even how many hours and in what order I was working, so that I wasn't going to end up burnt out, right? So the question being, what is changing for me in 2026? Hi, my name is Christiana, if you don't know me, but call me Tia Nana. I have spent the last 26 years of my life being what's called a confidential victim advocate. I'm also a certified yoga teacher, a Reiki master. I'm an auricular acupuncture detox practitioner. I am a registered unlicensed psychotherapist. I am a practitioner of curanderismo. And I am all things dedicated to healing, right? So I come from a long, long line of survivors. And boy, do I mean a long line. And so everything here in this space is dedicated to healing. And if you would like to join me on this path of how does curanderismo and other things help to heal a person, which is a lifelong journey, then join me. So what is changing for me in 2026? The next part of this story is that there's this thing called solar return, which is basically our birthday. It's when the earth has gone around the sun and is coming back to the same point where it was when we were born, right? So my sun comes back to Pisces. And this year, when I lit my candle for my solar return and did my limpia and offered my prayers and was really thinking about what I was going to do, my solar candle only burnt down halfway. And so I literally have it sitting there on my altar waiting for me. And related to this, separate but related, I've always felt like whatever I started at my birthday, that it wasn't until September, so 6 months later, that I really started to feel like I was in that year. And so that's the halfway mark between the each point of the solar return. So now that we're coming up on September, like I can finally start to feel these things in 2026 that have moved me closer to my destiny, right? 2025 was all about undoing, breaking down, getting rid of. Uh, that's what 2025 was. And 2026 has been about contemplation, um, evaluation, choice, right? Looking at what are my options, what do I choose to do, where am I putting my life force, which is my energy, which is my time, which is my life. So, one of the things that I came to is that I'm in the process right now of working on what's called a letting go ceremony. And so I realized that my solar candle only burnt halfway because I needed to let some more stuff go. So I've been working on it in the last couple of months, uh, preparing the objects which will do my limpias, doing all of my writing and journaling, contemplation, and that's after these eclipses are finished. I will be moving into my letting go ritual, right? Not a ceremony because it doesn't include a lot of people. It's just me and my writing and my prayers and my stuff, right? So it is a ritual. And so those things, I'm completely into the new chapter, right? And part of what some of that first half of the year for me is also that, like, I couldn't see my future self. Each time that there's been a big evolution or pivot or next iteration of myself in my life, I could usually see what was on the horizon. I could see the next chapter. And I usually was struggling with what was inside me to get myself aligned with what my next chapter was. But this time, for a long time, I have not been able to see. I may cry, but it's a good thing. It just means that I function well. For a long time, I could not see my future. I even undertook some hypnotherapy with this wonderful woman here on YouTube, and that I found on YouTube. She's a hypnotherapist. Uh, and I had to pause for a minute because I really couldn't see my future self. And so you can't become future self if you can't see future self. And I can finally see that. But I've had to let go of so much. I've had to let go of all the things that I thought were my duty and my purpose. And, they were for then, but they were not the only expression of my purpose. And I get to expand how I show up to do the Lord's work this lifetime, right? So, what's changing for me is I get to rely most on myself. I'm looking forward to the community that I've been building, mostly online. And yes, I have my sister friends that are in my inner circle. I'm looking forward to all of the new opportunities and paths that I'll get to be on, and remind myself how much I love living this life here on this planet at this time. Even with all the craziness in the world, like, I'm ready and here to claim not only my life, but what society and life should be like for all of us, right? I'm ready to redo and renew all of this for all of us. Now, I don't mean like I'm redoing it all, but I am saying that I am offering my life force and my purpose and my work to the highest good of all mankind, and which is also automatically my highest good. And some of that means dedicating time and space to reimagining how the world operates. Like, food is a human right, shelter is a human right, um, you know, uh, being in community is a human right. And those are the things, right? I'm here for the healing, I'm here for the reclaiming, I'm here for the decolonizing and the rematriation of our society. Well, anyway, thank you for this coffee talk with Tia Nana, and I'll meet you again. This was my day 3 in the 15-day plan, Invisible with Renee, and things are getting a little easier, I guess. So thank you for bearing with me as I figure out what the heck I'm doing. Mm, Yeah, but I'm in it to win it. So, all right, all the things like, subscribe, share, comment if you so choose. And I hope you meet me again here for more healing talks. Abrazos, peace and blessings, TTYL.